We have all seen those unforgettable images of migrants arriving at an airport tarmac in El Salvador back in March under the cover of night. These migrants deported by the Trump administration bound for a notorious prison described as hell on earth, El Salvador's CICOT prison. Now, an American photojournalist, Philip Holzinger, was there, and he shared one migrant story in Time. Holzinger writing that inmates began with slaps. One young man sobbing when a guard pushed him to the ground. He said, "I'm not a gang member. I'm gay. I'm a barber." I believed him. The story was that of Andre Hernandez Romero, a migrant and makeup artist from Venezuela. Holzinger captured an image of Andre, hands clasped in prayer as he was held down, his head shaved. Today, Andre is free. He's back in Venezuela, and he's sharing his story for the first time on American television. We spoke earlier this week about what he experienced. Andre spoke in Spanish, and we've added English translation for those listening and not watching. Here's that interview. Andre, you've been through a lot. Let's start back in May of last year when you fled Venezuela. Can you tell us what was going on that you were willing to make what can be a very dangerous journey to the U.S. to seek asylum?
Look, one of the main reasons I wanted to start my journey was for different reasons related to my country. One was political, and the other was for my sexual orientation. I also wanted to come here because I was planning on starting a foundation known as Angel of God. The foundation aims to help people experiencing homelessness, people with HIV, and people with cancer.
So once you made it here, I understand you applied through the CBP-1 app. So you tried to do it the right way, but you were immediately detained. They accused you of being a gang member, pointing to your tattoos. Did that surprise you? And how did you defend yourself at that time?
Sí, claro, o sea, en efecto me sorprende porque
Yes, I was surprised because my life has been very bound to television, media, theater, and the beauty industry. The first instance of coming in with my legal documents for CBP, everything was orderly and correct. And for them to tell me that I was associated with this criminal gang, Tren de Agua, because of only 2 tattoos that say Dad and Mom, which represents each of them and has a specific crown. That left me surprised. I didn't understand why. I didn't know why they associated me with that gang that I didn't even know existed.
So you were eventually put on one of those deportation planes in March. You were taken to the notorious CICOT prison in El Salvador. What went through your head in that moment when you realized that was where you were going?
Look, a lot of things went through my mind. I thought of the faces of my family, the faces of my loved ones, my career, something as simple as my makeup bag. And then, when I walked in, seeing everything was surrounded by guards, surrounded by prison cells, and prison guards, was a big shock to me. I didn't understand. I had hundreds of questions on why I was there. What did I do wrong? Is being gay a crime? Is it because I am a makeup artist? I asked questions, but I couldn't begin to understand in that moment why I was in a maximum security prison.
Yeah, we've all seen that video of you and others marched off that plane by those armed guards. There's a picture of you that went viral in Time magazine of the guards forcibly shaving your head. Describe for us, what was that like for you?
Mira, lo poquito que puedo recordar, o que te puedo...
Then several guards and common prisoners forcibly held me, cutting my hair. It was a big humiliation to me, and I thought, this can't be happening to me. On top of that, being struck and being physically and psychologically hurt. I was insulted hundreds of times. All this while, they cut my hair. It left a scar in Andre's life.
Ahorita yo veo la foto y veo
And now I see the
un André que de
photos,
verdad
and it's an Andre I don't
ahorita real que
recognize.
está acá en
The Andre
libertad,
here,
un André
right now, that is
que es
free,
mucho más maduro y
is an
puede
Andre
ver
more
de manera
mature
diferente las
and can see the
consecuencias
consequences of
de los
actions,
actos
even
a
though
un
I am
siendo un
innocent.
inocente.
Andre, we have heard reports of conditions inside the prison, the packed cells, no beds, no contact with the outside world. What did you experience inside those walls, inside those prisons?
Mira, las condiciones allí eran demasiado deprobables.
Look, the conditions there were awful. We slept in a metal can.
Para describir como tal
I'll describe the cell. Upon entering, on both sides, there were two water troughs, two sanitary ones. One was to do the necessary stuff, and the other was to urinate. In each corner of the troughs, there were plumbing pipes that carried the waste that was taken from the prisoners. And we had to basically eat on top of them. We ate with our hands, around bad smell of the troughs and pipes. And we used the same water for bathing in the bathroom. And that was the same water that we had to use for drinking.
Were you physically abused? How were you treated?
Bueno, tanto a mí como al resto de mis compañeros, todos tuvimos.
I and the rest of my group, we endured physical and psychological abuse. How you were able to witness in the video, and not just me, but all of my group, we were knocked down with physical force. The handcuffs were extremely tight. In the 4 months and 2 days that we were there in the Central Penitentiary, we all received multiple instances of physical abuse for the Venezuelan community.
Again, you didn't have contact with the outside world. People outside couldn't contact you. So did you ever think you were going to get out? What did you think was going to happen to you?
In the beginning, when we entered CCOT, there were guards in there telling us we were already sentenced and that we would be there for 20 years, that we weren't ever going to see the sun, that our families would forget about us, and that no one was going to come for us. If we were to die or fight amongst ourselves, they would just throw us into a pit and the problem would be solved. We thought a lot about God and thought about the hope of seeing our families again, our kids, our partners. That's what kept us going, to hopefully get out and be free again.
So tell us about what that was like for you, eventually being released, going back to Venezuela, seeing your family again for the first time after all of that experience.
Mira, en lo personal fue un momento de sentimientos encontrados de mucho.
It was a very emotional moment. First, just to be back in Venezuela was a big win. Being back in my own state, my own community, and seeing my parents, my siblings, my friends, my whole community. Seeing cameras, reporters, I asked myself what was going on and why there was so much press here. And it's because I had no idea what was happening, because I had no access to the outside world. I had no idea how big of a viral story the Andre Hernandez case was for the international community. And then, when I hugged my parents, I thanked God for being back home and seeing them face to face. And later came the avalanche of interviews. I thought, look, it was very beautiful to see how many people were worried about me, how many people cared about my case, and all my prison mates as well. So many mothers that put themselves in all 252 people's shoes, and every day prayed for our freedom.
And I keep thinking about what brought you initially to the U.S. You were seeking a better life. You had hope in what this country had to offer. Has your opinion of the United States changed? Would you ever want to come back?
Mire, con respecto a qué puedo llegar a pensar.
With respect of what I think about the United States, I sincerely don't have anything bad to think. Not just the United States, but around the world. There are good people and bad people. I, Andre Hernandez, don't want to generalize an entire community for an error of a small group. I think everyone deserves an opportunity, whatever that may be. I think that God's plan is perfect. He has control of my life, and only He knows what my future holds. If I stay here, or I go back to the United States, or if I go to another country, I leave it in His hands.
Andre Hernandez Romero, thank you so much for speaking out, for sharing your story and shining light.
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to share my story in this space. All I can say is, I give a big hug to the American community who, one way or another, has given us so much support. In this case, the 252 Venezuelans held in El Salvador. I hope God repays you in many hugs.